as you put in practice the Ignatian spirituality, men and women for others, in all things to love and serve. Reverend Father, the first session today is with members of the Board of Trustees, the University Board, office directors, and a few faculty and staff from the university and its hospital. They will present the mission and values of the university through their daily work in different fields and offices, how they live the Jesuit principles and faith, and share with you their challenges and fears. Please feel free to intervene in any way you wish, either at the end of each presentation or at the end of the session. As an introduction, we thought you would enjoy a video that traces the evolution of the university since its foundation.
L'Université Saint-Joseph de Beyrouth, fondée en 1875 par les pères jésuites, célèbre son 150e anniversaire en 2025. Elle devient rapidement la première institution francophone d'enseignement supérieur et parmi les institutions les plus prestigieuses du Liban et du Moyen-Orient. Bien avant la création de l'université en 1875, une poignée de missionnaires jésuites a commencé à œuvrer à la mise en place de ses fondements et à paver son chemin d'excellence. L'histoire de l'USJ est fortement liée à la mission jésuite du Mont-Liban du père Rilo, lancée en 1831, et celle du séminaire oriental de Razir, fondé en 1843. C'est le père Gautrelet qui, après la création du Syrian Protestant College en 1866, devenu l'Eyoubi en 1922 et à la demande insistante de la population de Beyrouth, va accélérer la fondation de l'université et d'un collège secondaire qui deviendra le futur collège de Jamour. Il était donc impératif de trouver des donateurs et l'argent allait venir des États-Unis où le père Monod effectue un voyage de collecte de fonds entre juin 1871 et mai 1872. Les terrains sont achetés à Ashrafillé et la construction réalisée grâce au plan du père Payou, architecte. En novembre 1875, les premiers cours sont donnés. Sur le même site sont construites l'église Saint-Joseph des Pères Jésuites ainsi que la bibliothèque orientale. C'est le bibliothécaire Père Louis Chéreau, surnommé sultan de la langue arabe, qui veille à la conservation et l'enrichissement des collections d'ouvrages et de manuscrits de la bibliothèque orientale. En février 1881, le pape Léon XIII accorde le droit d'attribuer des grades académiques aux autorités de l'université, ainsi que la palme du doctorat en philosophie et en théologie. En novembre 1883, le père Normand obtient un crédit qui aboutit à l'ouverture de l'école de médecine. L'école devient faculté française de médecine et de pharmacie en 1888. Le 6 novembre 1901, un iradé sultanien confirme l'existence légale de l'Université Saint-Joseph des Pères Jésuites. Ces derniers peuvent alors mener seuls une nouvelle entreprise, restructurer les enseignements dispensés auparavant au sein de la faculté orientale qui a vu le jour en 1902. À partir de novembre 1912, la faculté de médecine connaîtra de beaux jours à la rue de Damas sous le mandat du chancelier, le père Catin. Grâce à deux hommes visionnaires, le père Chanteur et le professeur de droit Paul Huvelin, le Liban se dote en 1913 d'un phare de justice et d'égalité, une école française de droit qui deviendra la faculté de droit et d'une école française des ingénieurs à Beyrouth qui deviendra l'école supérieure d'ingénieurs de Beyrouth. En 1911, sous l'impulsion du père Catin et sur l'initiative du journal Le Temps, le syndicat de la presse parisienne lance en France une souscription pour bâtir l'Hôtel-Dieu de France sur des terrains achetés par le gouvernement français. La Première Guerre mondiale éclate, les projets de construction sont gelés et le chantier pillé et confisqué par les Ottomans. Le 2 mai 1922, la première pierre est solennellement posée par le général Gouraud et c'est le général Végan qui inaugure l'hôpital le 27 mai 1923. C'est durant cette période que l'école dentaire est créée, suivie de l'école des sages-femmes qui deviendra l'école des sages-femmes et d'infirmières. Après l'indépendance du Liban, l'USJ va jouer un rôle prépondérant sur le plan politique à travers son école de droit, la seule au Liban. Sa contribution est double. Elle participe à l'émergence du droit libanais et forme un grand nombre de cadres de la justice, de l'administration et du personnel politique du jeune État libanais. À partir des années 50, les jésuites décident de renforcer le caractère privé de l'USJ et d'accentuer son identité libanaise. Dans les années 60, de plus en plus de Libanais assument des postes de responsabilité au sein de l'université. En 1965, l'USJ est dirigée pour la deuxième fois de son histoire par un recteur libanais, le père Abdallah Darer. Les relations s'assainissent progressivement avec les partenaires français qui acceptent le destin libanais de l'université. En 1971, le campus des sciences et technologies est inauguré à Maroukos et accueille l'école supérieure d'ingénieurs de Beyrouth. Le mandat du père Jean Ducruyer, recteur de l'université de 1975 à 1995, est marqué par les pires heures de la guerre du Liban. L'USJ est atteinte de plein fouet, ses campus et locaux détruits, les cours plusieurs fois délocalisés vers d'autres régions plus sûres. 7 jésuites y laisseront leur vie. La guerre n'empêchera pas le recteur d'accomplir plusieurs œuvres magistrales, telles que la mise en place de la charte de l'université, fondement de son unité et de son organisation moderne, et la création d'une administration centrale, le rectorat, pour la première fois dans son histoire. Au cours de l'année universitaire 1977-1978, la pratique des retrouvailles annuelles à la Saint-Joseph, déclarée fête patronale, permettra à l'ensemble des membres de la communauté universitaire de se retrouver. En 1984, le gouvernement français transfère la gestion de l'Hôtel-Dieu de France à l'USJ par un bail amphithéotique de 50 ans renouvelable. Le mandat du père Ducruyer verra d'autres réalisations majeures telles que la création de la faculté des lettres et des sciences humaines, l'inauguration des campus régionaux au Liban Nord, Liban Sud et à Zahle et la Beka. La faculté des sciences économiques et de gestion des entreprises se scinde en deux, le lancement de l'IUT qui deviendra l'IGE, ainsi que le lancement de l'IESAV. À partir de 1991, l'Université Saint-Joseph se reconstruit, se réorganise, s'élargit et s'ouvre à de nouvelles perspectives. Ouverture internationale, adoption des innovations académiques et pédagogiques comme le CTS, nouveaux campus, nouvelles institutions et formations, promotion de la recherche. Inexorablement, l'université croît et se développe. Le père Selim Abou devient recteur entre 1995 et 2003. Son engagement politique et ses discours en faveur de la souveraineté du Liban feront de lui une grande figure indépendantiste prônant la résistance culturelle. Son mandat sera marqué par plusieurs réalisations. La création de l'université pour tous, la création de la faculté des sciences, le lancement de la Fédération des associations des anciens de l'USJ, la création de la faculté des sciences religieuses, l'inauguration du campus des sciences humaines, la reprise de la bibliothèque orientale par l'USJ, l'inauguration du musée de préhistoire libanaise, le lancement du pôle technologique Beritech, la création de la faculté des sciences de l'éducation. Entre 2003 et 2012, le mandat du père René Chamussi est secoué par des années de fortes instabilités politiques et sécuritaires au Liban. Fondateur de l'opération 7e jour, programme d'engagement citoyen au service de la collectivité, bâtisseur du campus de l'innovation et du sport, il a élargi les horizons de l'université et inaugure la branche de l'USJ à Dubaï. Recteur depuis 2012, le père Salim Dakash aura la lourde tâche de gérer plusieurs crises. La crise financière et économique qui a frappé le Liban, la crise sanitaire du Covid-19, et l'explosion du port de Beyrouth qui a ravagé plusieurs campus de l'université. Il marque de son empreinte les innombrables accréditations de l'USJ et de ses institutions, dont l'accréditation institutionnelle sans condition de l'agence européenne Acuin. Il crée le Code de l'enseignant, la mission de pédagogie universitaire, le service de la vie étudiante, le service de l'insertion professionnelle, l'Académie de formation à la citoyenneté. Son mandat sera également marqué par le lancement de la Fondation USJ pour la levée de fonds, l'inauguration du nouveau bâtiment de la Faculté de médecine et du centre de simulation, du campus Charles Corme et le lancement de l'USJ Côte d'Ivoire. Il lancera également le réseau USJ HDF qui comprend déjà 5 hôpitaux régionaux. Aujourd'hui, l'Université Saint-Joseph de Beyrouth, avec ses 36 facultés, écoles et instituts, est fidèle à sa tradition d'excellence tout en s'adaptant aux besoins et défis du XXIe siècle. En célébrant ses 150 ans, l'université rend hommage à son passé glorieux tout en regardant vers l'avenir avec optimisme et détermination. Elle reste fermement engagée à former les leaders de demain, à promouvoir la recherche et l'innovation et à contribuer au développement de la société libanaise. Université Saint-Joseph de Beyrouth, nos racines, notre avenir.
Reverend Father Sosa, Aswad and Dakash, could you please come on stage for the rest of the session? His Excellency Mr. Joe Saddi will present the Board of Trustees. Your Excellency.
Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to explain the role of what we call in French the Haut Conseil, which is the equivalent of a board of trustees in other countries. This has been established now a little bit more than 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. And it's the typical mandate of a board of trustees, which is first to oversee and advise the leadership of the university on financial issues. So we go into detail, as far as the budget of the university is concerned, the investments that it should be doing, and anything pertaining to finances. The second role of the Board of Trustees is to advise the rector on any issues that he wishes some advice on. The only part that we do not get involved in is anything that has to do with the academic field, that is outside the purview of the Haut Conseil. And the third, and probably maybe the most important part of it, is to oversee and develop a strategy for fundraising for the university. The university plays a very important role in supporting students, in terms of scholarship, aids, and what have you. And so it is very important that we have a clear fundraising strategy, and we have with us the newly appointed head of the foundation, Samir Assaf, which is right here, and he has the the very important job of raising a lot of money for the university in the years to come. We basically have said we're going to try to raise $150 million over a 5-year period to celebrate the 150 years of the university. We meet 4 times a year. We have, and the novelty is, as it should be, in terms of governance, that in addition to persons selected from within the university, we also have a number of independent Board of Trustee members, such as Meddawi here, Samir, and others, who come from either the private sector or come from academic institutions outside of the university, again, so that the proper checks and balances are there, and the university gets advice from different perspectives. And ما شفتك, sorry, معليك. And we also here have the vice president of the Board of Trustee, Minister Halabi. Sorry about that. ما شفتك. So this is it in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Ms. Jana Awad, Director of the Student Information and Orientation Office, will present the university activities to help the Lebanese youth face uncertainty about their future and keep hope.
Very Reverend Father, Reverend Fathers and Sisters, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and honor that I take the stage today in order to talk about a topic that is a constant quest for every person in this room: hope and the aspiration for a better future. As you well know, St. Joseph University of Beirut celebrates this year a significant milestone: 150 years in the service of Lebanese youth to support them through high-quality education and social aid. The path was never easy, and it still isn't. Yet the university, thanks to its visionary leadership, kept walking forward to make a positive impact in the lives of people to help shape in every way a better world and more than 12,000 students and 100,000 inspiring alumni. Despite the several crises that affected and are still affecting Lebanon, our university remained close to Lebanese youth and succeeded in creating a trademark. It is the university's commitment to support students in all aspects, which is the Jesuit value of the Cura Personalis. By launching various initiatives such as virtual and on-campus open doors, virtual learning platforms, career development workshops, mentorship programs, free training and guidance sessions, orientation and job fairs, educational projects, among many other initiatives, our university ensured that youth had the resources they needed to continue thriving and the confidence to navigate their careers successfully. Our focus on community building and adaptability allowed students to stay engaged, motivated, and empowered even in the most difficult circumstances. This involved high level of collaboration between all university institutions that worked in harmony and positivity for a greater cause to reach the Majlis, which is reflected in the continuous pursuit of excellence and the encouragement to go beyond expectations. The challenges we face at the university are certainly many, but one question stands out, asked by Lebanese students at every event nearly we organized. Why should I stay in Lebanon? Interestingly, when we attend international fairs abroad, we're often asked, why would I return to Lebanon? Or why would I send my children back to Lebanon? With a broken voice most of the time. This contrast highlights a significant truth. We're not only dedicated educators, but our job has also cultivated in us passionate patriots and ambassadors of Lebanon on a global stage. However, it's not always easy to spread hope when everything seems dark. Very Reverend Father, we wear USG proudly as a humanity-driven identity in a world full of chaos and value-lacking entities. The words of a mother still resonate in my ears from last week. We chose USG because my child will have a second family and will not only be a number. In the end, by fostering resilience, empathy, and a sense of purpose, in a world that often seems uncertain, we remain committed to our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and change makers, guiding them with the belief that together we can shape a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. You mentioned 12,000 students. Can you give a more colorful picture of the students, where they're coming from? You have foreign students, you don't have it, and also, I suppose, different generation of students. No, they stay here for 5, 6 years. Can you give a picture of the characteristic of the students you have?
Thank you. Should I answer that? So the question is, should I give a characteristic to all these students from the, because I...
Describe a little bit the students that we have, where they come from, are they from...
Actually, the students we have come from different backgrounds. Since we go around all Lebanon to give the opportunity to every student who wants to enroll in USG to have the opportunity to learn, one, about the university, the programs, and about financial aid. So the type of people sometimes that who we get to know are people who are Lebanese but have different backgrounds, different accents. Sometimes we go to very far regions where we barely understand what they're saying because of the accent. This is very interesting because we are giving the values and the image of the university to attract every student from Lebanon, but also from outside Lebanon, because we go to Arab countries, we go to some African countries, and this makes this palette, if you want to call it, a very interesting one, colorful, and the university becomes a hub for all these students who want to learn, who want to really change something in their lives, to be able to dream better and to see USG as a hope, because when we show them the different success stories of our students, of our alumni, they want to look like them and become them. And this is why it's true that we attract people from different parts of Lebanon and even from the world. They come here with the same purpose. They want to make a change in this world, and they want to change also for the better. I hope I answered this question. Sorry, I did not hear the first part of the question.
Thank you.
Fine. Thank you so much. I'm honored.
Ms. Lynn Farah Bousamra from the Financial Aid Office will explain the measures undertaken from the university, by the university, to fight against poverty and help underprivileged students.
Very Reverend Father Salim Dakash, esteemed members and distinguished presence. Lebanon, once a cultural and economic center of prosperity for the Middle East, now finds itself in a state of turmoil. Poverty in Lebanon has more than tripled over the past decade, reaching 44% of the total population. Today, over 80% of the Lebanese people live below the poverty line, unable to meet their basic needs for food, shelter, and healthcare. Poverty is not just a lack of income, but a multidimensional problem that includes material deprivation, lack of education, restricted mobility, exclusion from social life. It is also a social and spiritual challenge that calls for the creation of a more just world. As Father Souza stated, poverty is a crucial aspect of our lives as Jesuits. In these days of consumerism and individualism, it reminds us more than ever that we are called to a life of sharing and that solidarity among human beings is a necessity and a core value. In the face of Lebanese adversities, USG continues its long-standing commitment to social justice and solidarity through education as a means to alleviate poverty. USG ensures an education system that prepares future citizens to be well educated and open to the world. It gives every student access to resources and opportunities they need to reach their full potential. USG provides financial assistance to students from low to zero income backgrounds to support their educational aspirations and reduce barriers to higher education. Approximately 50% of USG students receive assistance from Financial Aid Office. Students and instructors collaborate on projects aimed at improving the infrastructure and services in low-income communities. USG provides health and wellness initiatives, offering low-cost dentistry clinics, health screenings, or mental health support to services to underserved. Through the Career and Placement Office, USG ensures for students and graduates sustainable access to employment. This helps them find their financial independence, which is essential for personal autonomy and ability to exercise one's rights and responsibilities. Reducing inequalities is not a utopian ideal, it's our collective responsibility. Building on 150 years of excellence and the vision for the future, USG upholds 3 principles of solidarity. Prevention, which tackles inequalities before it's too late. Equal rights for all in a transparent way. Dignity through support, enabling each person to truly build their own life. USG has an important role to play in conducting research on poverty to address interconnected challenges for sustainable development and social justice. We admit that Lebanon, despite its challenges, should find its path to prosperity through faith, innovation, and unity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. A headache for Jesuit education here and everywhere is first to maintain the doors open to anyone. Yeah. That the socioeconomical level is not the condition to come to university or not. And then to finish the university. But my question, but a bigger headache is what happened later. Yes. If that person only goes away of poverty himself, yeah, or his family, or that person in a certain way also is engaged with the to fight the poverty in this country. And if in a certain way he also contributes to others, as he is open to support others. Do you have an experience on that sense?
In fact, in fact, what we have and what we're doing here at USG, for example, the main issue is how we create for each person, for each student, first of all, the access to university, and then the opportunity that is open to the world. So we have through our all faculties or studies or diplomas that they're getting, and also with all the services we're having, that especially like the Career and Placement Office that we have, which provides the job and internship opportunities for every person, and that's how they can get more involved in the workforce academy. Thank you.
Reverend Sister Yara Mata, Director of Higher Institute of Religious Studies, will tackle the interreligious dialogue and ethics.
Reverend Father General, Reverend Father Dakash, ladies and gentlemen, in line with the character and the charter of the USG and the values instilled by the Jesuit founders since 1875, starting with the Faculty of Theology, our university places great importance on interreligious dialogue and ethics. Indeed, the USG plays a major role in promoting interreligious dialogue in Lebanon, and among its flagship initiatives, the USG hosts the Institute of Islamic Christian Studies, IEIC, which aims to deepen mutual understanding between Muslims and Christians. This institute offers academic programs, spaces for dialogue, and training in interreligious mediation, fostering a culture of respect and openness. It's also important to note that ecumenical dialogue is even more critical in Lebanon than elsewhere. The Higher Institute of Religious Studies, ESSR, addresses ecclesiological and ecumenical challenges in the region, not only in Lebanon. The training primarily targets lay people seeking a deeper understanding of faith for better pastoral engagement and personal spiritual growth. From this perspective, the apostolic preferences are first directed toward the peripheries, to borrow the words of Pope Francis. Second, the emphasis is on the critical formation of lay people in an enlightened faith, free from integralism and fundamentalism. And third, certainly, on a responsible and conscious ethics that discerns in the Ignatian way the good of humanity and the glory of God. This leads me to the second point. On the ethical front, the entire USG community is committed to promoting ethical values in research on one hand, and to developing a culture of solidarity and social engagement on the other. As a leading body for realizing these values, the USG had a University Center for Ethics established in 1998 under the initiative of Father Jean Ducruyer. The center plays a central role in promoting ethical values through various academic and research activities. Additionally, the Research Ethics Committee reviews all research projects, ensuring respect for human dignity, environment, etc. Furthermore, mandatory ethics credits are included in the general education curriculum, covering undergraduate programs across all faculties. A final and vital challenge for us is the deteriorating economic situation, which hinders our projects and prevents students sometimes from attending our faculty. Just to rebuild after endless devastating wars, other Jesuit universities from the first world could help in some way. With your encouragement and blessing, Father General, we can continue to move forward. Thank you. I am the first woman in this stage.
No, it's not a question, it's a comment. A comment about a trend that I observe in the world. No? In a Jesuit education, Jesuit higher education is more and more in a multi-religious environment.
Yes.
So your experience is very important, not for you only, but also for others, because that's we need to support each other.
Yes.
The experience in different parts of the world are different. So the experience of being in a multi-religious and multicultural environment is a way of supporting each other in many ways.
Yes, Reverend Father, that's why we are engaged with the Kircher network, because we provide also courses for the Islamic Christian culture, and we have introduced also the Judaism culture with the latest Jewish literature, etc. Yes, welcome on Lebanon. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Yara. Mr. Rami Haddad from the Faculty of Science and the Jesuit Examen Committee will explain how the university trains its community to embrace the Ignatian spirituality.
Reverend Father Superior, Reverend Father Dakash, Reverend Father Aswad, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's an honor and a privilege to speak with you today about the Ignatian activities at St. Joseph University. At your request, and with our rector's unconditional support, the university campus ministry has been implementing the Jesuit Examen for over 2 years. to assess how well USJ embodies its Jesuit mission rooted in Ignatian education, service to the church, faith, justice, and love for others, we developed a questionnaire tailored to the Lebanese reality. This year, training sessions on the university values were launched to staff and faculty, and focus groups will meet soon, just before Easter, to discuss these key themes. The findings will be analyzed, and a report outlining challenges and possible improvements will be submitted to you. The Jesuit Examen offers USJ an opportunity to reflect on its practices and values. And as we celebrate the university's 150th anniversary, it's an ideal time to reaffirm our commitment to society. On a broader level, St. Joseph continues to promote Ignatian spirituality in many ways. The Professional Training Center and the University Campus Ministry, under Father Jad Shibley's guidance, organize retreats and training sessions to help participants integrate St. Ignatius spirituality into their daily lives. Moreover, Jesuit campus ministers offer spiritual retreats, including the spiritual exercises, which have profoundly impacted many participants, myself included, by helping them see God in all things. For the past 6 years, the University Campus Ministry has also organized the annual Jesuit Week, a major university event that brings together students, staff, and faculty with Jesuit priests to celebrate the history and values of the Society of Jesus through campus-wide activities. On the academic level, the university remains committed to fostering Ignatian culture and openness in our diverse society. It introduced the general education program and the course values of USJ in daily life, a requirement for all students. This encouraged them to explore and apply Ignatian values in their academic and social lives, making them an integral part of their journey at the university. Very Reverend Father, as a Jesuit university, we sometimes face challenges in engaging our broad community, including Christians, in Ignatian trainings. In a world shaped by globalization in thought, vision, relationships, and convictions, fostering genuine and deep commitment to such formative experiences is increasingly essential. Thank you for your attention, and above all, thank you for being with us today.
I'm very happy to hear that you are in the process of the examen. I think the experience in the American University, Father Brian Paulson is here, has been very, very, very good to really move all the aspects of the university join through one identity, or the identity of being a Jesuit university, if not only a university, but to be a Jesuit university. I'm very happy to listen that you are involved in that. And of course, you know very well that the first step in an Ignatian examen is to thank God, for the benefit of we have received. The moment of 150 years anniversary is a moment to really thank God for His presence and to recognize His presence in our university. Thank you so much for what you are doing.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Rami. Professor Richard Maroun, Vice Rector for Research, will highlight the role of lay people in governments and the steps taken for ecology.
Reverend Father Superior General, Reverend Father Rector, Reverend Father Aswad, dear fathers, dear colleagues, dear friends. It's an honor to welcome you with us today, Reverend Father. In my part, I would like firstly to highlight a fundamental aspect of USJ's identity, the essential role of lay people in fulfilling the mission of the Society of Jesus and by extension to our university. Jesuit tradition has always emphasized collaboration between Jesuits and lay people. Since USJ's foundation in 1975, under Father Jean du Courier leadership, this partnership has been the cornerstone of our institution. Today, lay people occupy key positions in governance, academic leadership, and administration, serving as vice-rectors, deans, professors, researchers, and staff members. Their presence ensures that Jesuit values of excellence, service, and social justice remain at the core of USJ's mission. However, as the role of lay members grows, challenges arise. How do we maintain Jesuit identity while expanding leadership? How do we empower lay faculty and staff to uphold our mission? To address this, USJ is continuing in investing in their training, strengthen Jesuit lay dialogue, and sustaining the actual inclusive governance model that ensures equity between tradition and innovation, but also allowing lay members to draw from the same source of Ignatian spirituality. Another key priority for our university, as a Jesuit one, is sustainability aligned with the universal apostolic preferences of the Society of Jesus, particularly caring for our common home. USJ has demonstrated its commitment through its declaration on commitment to and promotion of sustainability and integral ecology. As a green university, it has implemented awareness campaigns on waste reduction and energy efficiency and encouraged student engagement through environmental clubs. A permanent commission on sustainable development and integral ecology ensures continuous improvement. Academically, USJ offers numerous programs and over 200 courses related to environmental studies. Research aligned with the SDGs is actively promoted, fostering collaborations, particularly with the European Kircher Network Ecology Cluster that I'm coordinating. Despite these efforts, challenges persist. Lebanon's economic crisis complicates funding for green initiatives. Awareness alone is insufficient. A culture of action is needed. Strengthening partnerships with local and international institutions, especially Jesuit ones, is crucial for sustaining projects despite financial difficulties and assuring that the ecological conversion is well implemented. Ultimately, these challenges raise a fundamental question. How do we ensure USJ's sustainability? By reaffirming our values, we can continue serving as a pillar of education, environmental responsibility, and social justice, ensuring a lasting impact of generations to come. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yesterday, during the homily, I presented the image of Saint Joseph as an intellectual. But maybe we can also present Saint Joseph as a collaborator.
Of course.
No? Really, he was a great collaborator. No? He was in a situation he never expected. No? He has to really change his mind all the time, no? to face different situations, starting with the accepting Mary as his spouse, and to take care of that children that was a little bit difficult to understand who was him, and also to make difficult decisions, to go to Bethlehem, then to go to Egypt, to come back to Nazareth. So really, but without him, that history was not possible. No, without his collaboration, that history was not possible. So the idea of collaboration is getting more and more central for how we understand our. I mentioned now the Society of Jesus. The Society of Jesus has to really grow as collaborator. The Society of Jesus, not lay persons, the Jesuits. So the first big mindset that has to be changed is that who are the collaborators? We are the collaborators. We are the collaborators. So Jesuits in the first line. No, because the language always we change the reality through the language. So we say we all the time we are talking about our mission. We don't have a mission. We don't have a mission. The mission is the mission of Jesus Christ, entrusted to the church, and we are Saint Joseph, collaborators of that mission. That's why Saint Joseph is a good model, no? So we are Jesuits and who share the mission, who share the work, the apostolate with us, we as a group, as a person, as a group, we are collaborators. And we will better from that identity, not because we are the center of the center is the gospel, the center is the good news of reconciliation, the center is to really contribute to a better world. So that all that level of collaboration are so important, but starting with the identity that we are collaborators.
Thank you for this, and just to be quick, it's what you said, just implementing in our university, and I think that our university is a good example to give between the collaboration between Jesuits and lay people. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Professor Marie-Claude Najm-Kbeh, Dean of the Faculty of Law and Political Science and former Minister of Justice, will tackle the issue of the rule of law in a challenging context.
It's working? Good morning, Very Reverend Father, and thank you again for being with us. Father Dakash, Father Aswad, dear colleagues. As you know, at USG, we are increasingly sensitive to challenges related to citizenship, to peace, to rule of law, to access to justice, fight against corruption. These concerns have led the university to create the Académie de Formation à la Citoyenneté, which delivers a degree in civic engagement. It is open to all USG students who can engage in innovative citizen initiatives. At the Faculty of Law and Political Science specifically, where our alumni for more than a century now have been prominent in the fields of law, justice, and public service, we have integrated these objectives within the faculty curriculum itself. I will cite two examples. First, we have a legal clinic, Dispensaire Juridique, that provides free legal assistance in underserved and vulnerable communities to assist people suffering from poverty, from discrimination, and lack of access to justice. The legal services are offered by the students themselves, supervised, of course, by faculty members. And these services are integrated into the faculty's curricula. It is an elective course. Through providing legal assistance, students are trained in the spirit of public service, and they develop a personal commitment to supporting human rights and social justice. The second example is a course called We Are the State, we being the students, under the program Youth for Governance, with SIREN, a public sector reform organization. The program offers students an internship over a semester where they must implement a full reform project within a public institution. They have implemented, for example, programs related to civil service, poverty, environment, that was the latest one, and we are now engaging with the Ministry of Interior to develop a project supporting local development and free elections. We are also considering a project with the National Commission for the Missing and the Disappeared, still an open wound of our society since the Civil War. And by linking the university with society, the program goes beyond internships. We see it as a catalyst for systematic transformation. We all know that the main problem or threat we are facing at the university and in the country as a whole is the brain drain and emigration of our youth due to the wars, to instability, and mainly to economic and financial crisis. This is why we seek to provide our students with the knowledge, the skills, the tools, and the will, the passion they have to move from a clientelist and sectarian political system that has literally captured the state and the population to build a social contract based on fundamental rights and a sustainable peace in a sovereign country. Thank you for your attention.
This sounds like a nice music for me.
It's music to your ears. Thank you.
Not only because I'm also coming from this political science field, but because I am convinced that the big problem of humanity is the lack of citizenship. So, and the weakness of democracy and the weakness of solidarity, the big crisis of the United Nations organization, of the more and more use of the word for to resolve problems, is a lack of citizenship. So I hope they know how to put a steam in my heart, the students, but also if they are good citizenship is better. So if this university and our universities all over the world really can foster the citizen commitment of our students, our staff, our faculty, is a great contribution to the reconciliation of the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie-Claude. Professor Carla Edde, Vice Rector for International Relations, will present the input of the university on the international level.
Very Reverend Father Arturo Sosa, Reverend Fathers, dear colleagues. Internationalization is at the service of the university's mission and all its members, benefiting hundreds of students and staff through mobility programs like Erasmus+. It includes curriculum internationalization through visiting professors, dual degrees, and joint doctoral supervision. USJ offers language courses in 12 languages. Internationalization is also at the service of society at large. USJ has a special project to integrate Syrian refugees into academic programs. It collaborates with international and local partners to achieve sustainable development goals. Our Professional Mediation Center, for example, has developed with UN Women a training program for rural areas and refugee camps on conflict prevention and management. USJ hosts the Master's Program in Democracy and Human Rights of the Global Campus of Human Rights in the Arab world. Being fully aware of our responsibilities towards the Arab world, we responded to the government of Dubai's request to offer young Emiratis a bachelor degree in law. 2 other programs are currently offered in Dubai, LLM in business law and Master in translation, along with continuing education and a bachelor in data science as of next year. Our commitment in sub-Saharan Africa dates from 2007, when one of our ex-deans co-founded Le Bon Samaritain Hospital University Complex in Chad. Since 2000, USJ has received hundreds of students from Ivory Coast, Senegal, and other countries of the region. Due to the multiple crises, young people could no longer come to study in Lebanon. Last September, in collaboration with Ivorian partners, we launched St. Joseph University, Ivory Coast, offering 4 bachelor's programs: management, marketing, computer science, and psychology. Thanks to the encouragement of the Society of Jesus, we have regular collaborations and ongoing projects with 11 Jesuit higher education institutions and hope to resume our activities with others. We also collaborate with the GRS in Lebanon and Iraq. Being a founding member of the International Association of Jesuit Universities and the Kircher Network was instrumental in implementing new collaborations. Our staff and students participate in many projects: Magis Exchange, Global Citizenship, Higher Education for Social Transformation, interinstitutional online courses, best practices. We are also part of the Association of Jesuit Business Schools and Engineering Schools, Jesuit in University Pastoral Care, and the Jesuit Conference of European Provincials, which hopefully will hold its next meeting in Beirut. Father Sosa, your presence among us is a strong signal that will benefit our international Jesuit integration. Most of all, your presence gives us hope and strength. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for what you are doing, participating in this important process, because it's a long process to really get together the 179 higher education institutions under the responsibility of the Society of Jesus all over the world. Has not been an easy path, and we are now more consistent on that. But we have a lot of more initiative to do, and thank you for what you are doing in that sense. And I want to share with you another reflection about how we move from internationality to universality. Internationality, in a certain way, okay, we maintain our identity as a people, a nation, a language, a culture, whatever. And we put together, but it's a kind of a different pieces, but the pieces is the same. Universality, that means Catholic, universal, and the Society of Jesus defines itself as a universal body, not because it's an international body, because have a universal view. And the universal view, if I understand well, is the same view of the Trinity. Most of you maybe know the meditation of the incarnation of the spiritual exercises. The Trinity is watching the world in his own complexity and with all the colorful and all the situations that happens in the world every day. And from that view, they make a decision not to send Jesus to reconcile the humanity. But that gaze is universality. To learn, to have really a feeling of all the situations in the world, and to feel the diversity and as a richness for us. That we can contribute with what we are, but we can receive so many other enrichment because it's there. If we really promote that kind of reality. And that's not impossible, because the one who is the model for that incarnates himself in a very small village. In a very small village, unknown, in a very long, faraway place. So from a small situation like each one of us has, we can have the universal feelings and the universal commitment with the reconciliation of humanity. Thank you.
Professor Nada Farhat Mshaylih, Dean of the Faculty of Dental Medicine, will explain academic training and challenges considering the development of new technologies and artificial intelligence.
Very Reverend Fathers, distinguished guests and colleagues. A global health crisis, the third largest explosion in the world, a severe economic and political collapse, followed by a destructive war. As we faced all these major challenges, the rest of the world was advancing rapidly in technology, reshaping education and our world in incredible pace. Could we risk falling behind? Certainly not. Did we? Of course not. At USG, we refused to stand still. We turned every challenge into an opportunity. Our vision is not just to educate students, but to prepare future experts ready to adapt to the rapid changes of the modern world. Because the reality is simple. In few years, professionals without emerging technology skills will be left behind. To stay ahead, we have built an ecosystem that fosters learning, research, and innovation across all disciplines, For example, a Center for New Technologies and AI to drive innovation and apply research across faculties, multiple accreditations and evaluations, specialized units to update the curricula and integrate emerging technologies, providing students and faculty with essential skills, flexible programs that encourage creativity and entrepreneurship, industry partnerships also, bridging academia and real-world applications, a strong focus on research with advanced research centers where faculty and students work together on projects and international publication. Our students do not just use technology, they create it. Through innovation challenges, they have developed digital application, AI-driven solutions, and even launched startups while still studying in our faculty. But beyond technology, our mission remains deeply human. We train professionals to use tools with ethics and responsibility. The real challenge of the future, everywhere, is ensuring that innovation and technology serves humanity, not the other way around. As we celebrate 150 years of USG and look forward to the future, we stay true to our Jesuit values. An education that shapes minds, transforms lives, and serves others. Rooted in Ignatian spirituality, our approach forms individuals who not only seek excellence, but also act with discernment, justice, and a profound spirit of serve their communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the visit to the faculty this morning.
Thank you.
And thank you for the running visit. And of course, I agree what you have seen, because when we talk about poverty, we are talking not only about lack of food or lack of housing, but very especially about lack of health care. Yes. And lack of quality education. So healthcare is really a big challenge for the world, for the majority of the population of the world that has not access to a good healthcare. And when we talk about reconciliation, that means also to dignify human life, means to have the possibility of healthcare for the children, for the elders, for the normal persons, for everyone. And I hope your professionals forming that idea may try to really to support, because there is a very close link between being a good professional in medical sciences and political decisions. Political decision about how to cover the health necessities of the huge population, and not only an elite or a group that can pay for the technology. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Nassib Nasser, General Director of Hôtel Dieu de France, will present the contribution of the university and its hospital network to the health field in light of its social responsibility.
Very Reverend Father, Reverend Fathers, distinguished guests. I was inspired by the distinguished individual from St. Joseph University who have not only upheld but elevated our esteemed institution to its rightful place with the community. This morning, Your Reverence visited Hôtel Dieu de France, our university hospital, which is a pillar of our health care network. Had time and your travel schedule allowed, we would have been deeply honored to guide you through a tour to our entire network of hospitals, and you have seen them in the film. Each hospital serves the community, embodying the Jesuit values of service, compassion, and excellence. The presence of the Jesuits in Lebanon undoubtedly carries a significant message, one that extends beyond the realms of education to encompass the vital field of healthcare. With a daily patient intake of 2,500 patients per day, we stand proud as a pioneer and leader in the Lebanese healthcare system. Our commitment to an unparalleled standard of medical quality ensures that we not only meet the needs of our patients, but also set benchmarks of excellence that others aspire to achieve. As we go to the future, we remain committed. I put in my speech mission, but you told us to take out mission now, so I will put collaborators, if you allow me. If it's not a copyright. So, to our collaborator of serving the community, upheld by the values of compassion and social service and integrity inherent in the Jesuit tradition. Your visit and support inspire us deeply and motivate us to persist in our vital work. Thank you.
It really was a very, very nice visit to the hospital. And of course, well, the hospital is not a place when I went to go. No.
It's a visit. It's a visit.
It's not a, yes, it's only, yes. Only for a visit it's okay. Or for visiting somebody you love. But
I go every day to the hospital.
But when I go to the hospital, I always think about the big challenge that is to maintain a good hospital functioning. Because we know and we have in some different faculties in the world great crisis about the hospital, the university hospital. It's not easy to maintain all what you said and what I see of a good hospital in a good social service, a good teaching excellence, and not to fail economically. And that's a big challenge. And I am very happy that you are very conscious of that, and that also is a way of show also to the state and the government how to administrate a hospital in a way that can be very good hospital and open to everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. With this presentation, we ended our first session. I don't know if you would like to add anything else and share your thoughts before we move on to the next session with the students.
No, again, only 8 persons talk, but I know that the university is in the hands of many others. And it's possible because many others collaborate. So I just want to thank, in the name of the Society of Jesus, what you do in this university for having a real Jesuit education in collaboration with what we want for the world, reconciliation and justice. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. We thank you for coming, and the next session will be with the students. Thank you.